He's going to be setting what we call the A post, B post, and T post. This is just holding the stability of the roof. As you can see, there are multiple things going on at one time. We're using that request to be able to work faster, be able to remove that victim from the car. As you can see, using the jaws of life, they've been able to remove that back door where the patient is located. The spreaders that they're using there has a 38-inch spread and over 40,000 foot-pounds of pressure to be able to remove that door. Next thing they're going to do is attempt to take off that front door, and after that will be to remove the roof of the car. Removing the roof gives them access to be able to treat the patient, be able to assess her severity of her injuries, and then be able to remove the patient from the car. The difference with extrication is we're not taking the patient out of the car, we're removing the car from around the patient. So again, this is not going to be a very fast evolution. You can see that the two EMS units are working on what we call walk-in wounded patients. These patients are going to be secured to a backboard that protect their spine. They're going to be transported to the closest facility. Since this is a trauma accident, Holmes Regional Medical Center is a level 2 trauma center, and they're going to be taken there. The patient in the car has been called a trauma alert. We're going to notify First Flight to come and assist us in removing this victim, taking them to the hospital by air. Due to the fact that we don't know what type of injuries these walk-in wounded have, both are going to be secured to a backboard with a C-collar to protect their cervical spine, and also immobilized to the board so they don't further injure themselves. As I was saying, that this is not going to be a quick evolution. We've already surpassed the 12-minute mark. And we're just now being able to remove the doors to gain access to the patient. This is why having multiple units from different agencies working together as a unit or a team comes. Okay, it looks like they made all the cuts on the roof. So they're going to be removing that roof, probably to the rear of the car. Again, this is access to the patient to remove her from the vehicle. While the fire department is busy doing their work, the police department is continuing their investigation on exactly what happened, and also how to notify the victim's families of the incident that happened. Notice over here, they've been placing the driver of that vehicle in handcuffs and facing criminal charges. The driver of that car, even though she was just texting her friends, took her eyes off the road and has caused us actually could be facing vehicular manslaughter charges, involuntary manslaughter charges. Now that they've removed that door, and they've taken the roof off the top of that car, you can see that access to the patient becomes significantly increased. Now they're able to assess her injuries better, to be able to formulate a plan to be able to get her out of the vehicle. Like I said, education involves us removing the vehicle from around the patient, not removing the patient from the vehicle. So you see one of the walking wounded has been loaded up fully C-spine and is going to be transported to the hospital by ground ambulance. The patient that still remains in the car is going to be transported by air. Her injuries were the most severe, and it took the fire department longer to get her out of the vehicle.
Really not going to jail.
A normal ground transport by emergency ambulance is anywhere from 12 to 15 minutes to the hospital, depending on traffic. The helicopter can do it in 6. Again, just like the walking wounded, the fire department is going to maintain surgical mobilization of the patient inside. We're going to take all precautions necessary to not injure her any further. Looks like they're going to do a vertical removal instead of a horizontal removal. This is taking the patient out over the vehicle instead of out one of the doors they cut off. Just like the walking wounded, they're going to place this patient in a cervical collar to protect her spine. Strap her to a long spine board, and also immobilize her to this board so she doesn't further injure herself. In the meantime, Holmes Regional has been notified that they're going to have multiple patients from an NDC, 1 trauma alert and 2 walking wounded. So they're starting their procedures inside the hospital, getting ready for us. Now the fire department is going to turn the patient over to first flight. They're going to assess the severity of her injuries, relay that to first flight, so first flight can relay that to Holmes. They secure the patient to the backboard. They turn the patient over to first flight. First flight's going to walk over to the helicopter, load her up, and head off to Holmes Regional Medical Center. And just because the patients are removed from the vehicle doesn't mean that our work is over. We now still have to secure both cars, secure both batteries to cars, make sure that we don't have any hazardous fluids leaking. And the police department is still ongoing with their investigation. One of the hardest things as a firefighter or police officer to have to do is notify the family of the deceased person. The police department now is going to have to track down this young gentleman's parents and advise him of the horrible news.